Hi guys, welcome to the channel V2 Electronics. Today's video is about semiconductor devices. Contents of the semiconductor devices are importance of semiconductor, doping, types of semiconductor, p-type semiconductor, n-type semiconductor, semiconductor device definition, applications, and some recent inventions. First, we shall see the importance of semiconductor. Semiconductors are materials which have a conductivity lies between the conductors and non-conductors or insulators. Depending on the temperature, it works. For lower temperatures, it can be insulators, and for higher temperatures, it works as a conductors. Semiconductors are essential component in many electronic devices, enabling advances in communications, computing, healthcare, military systems, transportation, clean energy, and countless other applications. So, the definition of semiconductor is any class of crystalline solids which is an intermediate in electrical conductivity between a conductor and an insulators. Next is a doping. Adding an impurities to a semiconductor which will give rise to a pure form of semiconductor, that is called doping. So what are the impurities we are going to add is it may be a trivalent impurities or pentavalent impurities. Examples of trivalent impurities are aluminum, boron. Pentavalent impurities examples are arsenic, phosphorus. Next is the types of semiconductor. Semiconductor is broadly classified into intrinsic in its pure form and extrinsic in its impure form. Intrinsic semiconductor have two types, p-type semiconductor and n-type semiconductor. Next we shall see what is p-type semiconductor, how it is formed. Here we are considering the silicon lattice. Silicon is a group 4 element, so it forms covalent bond with the 4 adjacent atoms. Its all of valence electrons are involved in chemical bonds. It is a pure conductor. So now by adding a trivalent impurity such as boron to this silicon, where boron is having a 3 valence bond in its outer orbit, boron will borrow an electron from the neighboring silicon atom, which in turn becomes a shortage of one electron. That creates holes, and those holes acts as a positive carriers, and it is called a p-type semiconductor. Here are some points related to the p-type semiconductor. P-type semiconductor is a type of semiconductor when trivalent impurity is added to an intrinsic or pure semiconductor. It is said to be a p-type semiconductor. Trivalent impurities such as boron, gallium, indium, aluminum are called acceptor impurity. An electric current occurs when electrons move through a material. In order to move, there must be an electron hole in the material for the electron to move into. A p-type semiconductor has more holes than electrons. This allows the current to flow along the material from hole to hole, but only in one direction. Next we shall see the n-type semiconductor. Similarly, p-type semiconductor, here also silicon lattice is considered where pentavalent impurity is added, that is antimony. Pentavalent is having a 5 valence electrons. It forms covalent bond with the 4 neighbor, and 5th valence electron is loosely bounded. N-type semiconductor is a type of semiconductor when pentavalent impurity is added to an intrinsic or a pure semiconductor. It is said to be N-type semiconductor. The impurities used may be phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuth. When impurities are added, fourth of its impurities electrons forms bonds with the surrounding silicon atoms. This leaves one electron free. The resulting material has large number of free electrons. Since electrons are negative charge carriers, the resultant material is called an N-type or negative type semiconductor. Next, we shall see the definition of semiconductor device. It is an electronic component that works on the electrical property of semiconductor material such as silicon, germanium, etc. for its function. So these devices are manufactured both as a single discrete device and as integrated circuits which consist of two or more devices. These devices are more useful because their behavior can be easily changed by adding impurities. Here are some examples of semiconductor devices: op-amps, ICs, transistor, capacitor, diodes, resistor. Have a look of a picture of examples of semiconductor devices. Next is applications. Semiconductors devices are used in designing of logic gates and digital circuits. These are also used in microprocessors and are also used in analog circuits such as oscillators and amplifiers, and also used in high voltage applications. The last part of this video is recent inventions. Here I took a recent invention which has made till date. Delphone subsidiary Gelpak has partnered with the BE Systems to create a new packaging solution for thin semiconductor devices. The Lit or Clip Super System LCS2 is designed to keep thin semiconductor components from slipping out of wafer pack chip tray pockets during in-process handling and transportation. The companies hope the solution, which is compatible with industry standard wafer pack trays, will help semiconductors manufacturers overcome thin die migration problem. According to Gelpak, semiconductor manufacturers often find it hard to deliver thin semiconductor die in industry standard wafer packs. These wafer packs do not properly hold the device in place, and the movement of the components can lead to costly component out of pocket, that is COOP damage. The two companies developed the packing solution after studying the causes of COOP. So, in order to overcome this COOP problem, the LCS2 product consists of a pad and interleaf materials which is fitted into a static dissipative gold lid. The tray and lid are joined by an engineered single piece clip to close each wafer pack pocket. Thus, the COOP problem can be overcome. This is one new invention related to the semiconductor device. One more invention is solar cell exhibits the characteristics of converting the sunlight into electrical energy. Since it is a renewable source of energy, scientists have been making many attempts to enhance this efficiency of solar cells to optimize the usage of sunlight that is received. Although silicon has been a semiconductor material which is extensively used in advanced solar cells, several studies have attempted to experiment with combinations of silicon and other materials to increase a cell's efficiency. Other efforts are use of innovative materials that can be tweaked to convert sunlight into energy. One such family of materials researchers are now experimenting with is similar to the plastic. Although these materials offer more possibilities for adjusting their structure and function, when it comes to efficiency, they have still not been matched the existing silicon based semiconductor devices. So, the team made efforts to enhance the conductivity of this plastic material by using it two low cost and easily available chemicals, that is hydrobromic acid and dimethyl sulfoxide. Due to chemical reactions that occur in the semiconductor material, water is one of the byproducts which makes this reaction much clean. Moreover, the components involved in this experiment are inexpensive and readily available, which makes it commercially feasible. This material cost 5,000 times less compared to the existing class of material used for the same purpose. Led by Pabitra Nayak from the Tata Institute of Fundamental Research, Hyderabad, the team noted that this new semiconductor device exhibits steady electroconductivity even after long hours of operation at 100 degrees Celsius. The team has demonstrated the use of this technique to create a most advanced new generation solar cell, light emitters and transistors. Besides exhibiting the potentials of creating the next generation of solar cells, the new method could even improve the quality of display in high definition televisions and mobile phones. In addition to these applications, these materials might prospectively serve as a turning point in developing devices like biosensors, bioelectronics, and wearable electronics. Thank you.